Today we are diving into the incredible world of rare coins and uncovering one of the most astonishing treasures in numismatic history, the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare that collectors around the world would give anything to own it. But what makes this coin so special? Why is it valued at a staggering $53 million today? We will explore every fascinating detail from its history to its rarity to its current market value and the amazing stories behind it. So sit back and prepare to be amazed as we journey into the world of the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. The story begins in the United States in the year 1974, a time when the country was going through significant changes politically, economically, and socially. It was also a pivotal year for the United States Mint, which produced billions of coins for everyday circulation. But among all these coins, a tiny handful emerged that would become legendary for collectors: the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. These pennies were not intended for general circulation and were produced under highly unusual circumstances, making them extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, you might be wondering what exactly a no-mint Mark coin is. In simple terms, coins typically bear a small letter indicating the mint where they were produced, such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco. The absence of a mint mark on a coin from this era is highly unusual and signifies a very limited production run that adds tremendous value to the coin. For the 1974 Lincoln penny no-mint Mark coins, very few survived, and those that did are considered treasures beyond price. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for coins that are historically significant, rare, and in pristine condition. The 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of those coins, and the current estimated market value is an incredible $53 million. Yes, you heard that right, $53 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies in the entire world. The rarity of this coin, combined with its historical significance, has made it the ultimate prize for numismatists, collectors, and investors alike. But how did this coin come to be? How did a penny from 1974 become so rare and valuable? It all starts with the production process at the United States Mint. During this time, the Mint produced pennies in massive quantities for circulation, but a small batch was accidentally produced without a mint mark. These coins were never released for circulation, and very few people even knew they existed. The ones that did escape ended up in private collections or in the hands of lucky individuals who did not even realize their incredible value at the time. The excitement around this coin does not stop with its rarity. There is a fascinating story about its condition. Many of the surviving coins are in near perfect uncirculated condition, which means they show no signs of wear or handling. This is extremely rare for a coin that is nearly 50 years old. The combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance has propelled the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny into the realm of ultra-high-value collectibles, and even small imperfections can drastically affect its worth. The market for rare coins like this one is global, and highly competitive auction houses around the world regularly report record-breaking sales for coins of this caliber. Collectors are willing to travel across continents and spend millions of dollars to acquire a coin like the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. The thrill of owning a piece of history and the prestige associated with such a rare coin cannot be overstated. For many collectors, it is the ultimate achievement in the world of numismatics. In addition to its monetary value, the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny also represents a unique story in American history. It reflects a period of innovation in coin production, the meticulous care of mint workers, and the rare accidents that sometimes create extraordinary opportunities for collectors. These pennies are not just currency, they are historical artifacts that tell a story about the United States in the 1970s and the fascinating world of coin collecting. Imagine holding one of these coins in your hand, feeling the weight, and knowing that it could be worth millions. It is an experience that very few people ever get to have. The excitement, the anticipation, and the sheer amazement of realizing you are holding a piece of history is indescribable. And for those lucky enough to own this coin, it is not just about money, it is about prestige, legacy, and being part of an exclusive club of collectors who truly understand the value of rarity and history. Over the years, there have been several sightings and reports of the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny appearing in collections around the world. These sightings create buzz and excitement in the collector community and often lead to speculation about potential sales at auctions. Some coins have been confirmed to exist, while others remain rumors, adding to the mystique and allure of this extraordinary penny. Every appearance of this coin makes headlines and sparks conversations about its history and future value. Experts in numismatics emphasize that coins like the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny are incredibly rare, and their value can fluctuate based on market demand, condition, and historical significance. Coins of this caliber are often sold through private sales or major auction houses where collectors can bid millions to secure ownership, it is not uncommon for collectors to spend years searching for a single coin that meets their standards, and the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is considered the pinnacle of these searches. The fascination with this penny also highlights the broader world of coin collecting. The hobby itself combines history, art, finance, and a love for detail. Collectors often spend countless hours studying coins, examining their features, and understanding their origins. The 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny represents the ultimate combination of rarity, history, and financial value, making it a perfect symbol of everything that makes coin collecting so captivating. For those who dream about owning this legendary penny, it is important to understand that acquiring one is no simple feat. The market is highly competitive and prices are astronomical. But the dream of finding or owning such a rare and valuable coin inspires collectors to continue their pursuit, whether it is through auctions, private sales, or connections in the collector community. The hunt for the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a thrilling adventure that captures the imagination and passion of enthusiasts worldwide. As we look at the broader implications of such rare coins, we realize that they are not just collectibles, they are investments and cultural artifacts. They carry stories from the past and hold value that can appreciate over time. Unlike ordinary coins, these rare pennies are icons that embody the history of their era and the dedication of collectors who preserve them for future generations. In conclusion, the 1974 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is far more than a piece of metal. It is a rare historical artifact, a symbol of numismatic excellence, and one of the most valuable coins in the world. Its estimated market value of $53 million reflects its rarity, condition, historical significance, and the excitement it generates among collectors owning this penny is the ultimate achievement in the world of coin collecting, and it continues to fascinate enthusiasts around the globe. This incredible coin reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry immense value and tell remarkable stories about history, culture, and the pursuit of extraordinary treasures. Imagine holding a small brown coin in your hand that looks ordinary at first glance but could secretly change your entire life forever. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and misunderstood Lincoln pennies ever, the 1976 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people ignore every single day, yet collectors and treasure hunters cannot stop talking about it. This is the kind of coin story that turns pocket change into pure legend, and if you have ever checked your spare change after watching a video, then this one is going to keep you glued till the very end. The year 1976 was a historic moment in American history. It was the bicentennial year celebrating 200 years of independence, and during this time the United States Mint was working around the clock producing billions of coins, including the Lincoln penny, one of the most circulated coins in the world. The Denver Mint marked its pennies with a small d under the date, and these coins flooded into circulation across the country, and even today they are still being used in daily transactions. At first glance, the 1976 D Lincoln penny looks completely normal. It shows Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, just like many other pennies from that era. But what makes this coin so fascinating is not what it looks like, but what it could be hiding inside its metal, its strike, and its tiny details that most people never notice. Now here is where the excitement begins. Over the years, rumors, headlines, and viral posts have claimed that a rare 1976 D Lincoln penny could be worth up to $40,000, yes, $40 lakh, in shocking claims that have spread across social media, YouTube, and collector forums. People all over the world have started digging through jars, piggy banks, and old drawers, hoping to find this miracle coin. But what is the truth, and what turns an ordinary penny into something extraordinary? To understand the value, we must talk about mint errors, because error coins are where real money lives. Collectors are obsessed with mistakes that happened at the mint because they were never supposed to exist during mass production. Sometimes things go wrong. Metal blanks can be misaligned, dies can crack, strikes can double, and wrong planchets can be used. And when that happens, a simple penny can become a one-of-a-kind collectible. Some of the most valuable Lincoln pennies in history are not old colonial coins, but modern error coins that escaped the mint unnoticed. Imagine a penny struck twice with strong doubling on the date and letters, or a penny struck on the wrong metal, such as a copper planchet meant for a different year, or even a foreign coin blank. These kinds of errors are extremely rare, and when authenticated by grading companies, collectors are willing to pay insane prices. For the 1976 D Lincoln penny, the most talked about possibilities include dramatic double die errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and wrong metal compositions, especially copper errors that stand out from the normal zinc-based pennies of later years. Although 1976 pennies were mostly copper alloy, certain anomalies can still exist, and those anomalies are what drive the hype. However, it is very important to understand something clearly. Not every 1976 D penny is valuable. In fact, most of them are worth just 1 cent or slightly more due to copper value, but the reason people keep searching is because of that tiny chance that you could find an extreme mint error, the kind that happens once in millions of coins, and when that happens, values can skyrocket into the hundreds of thousands or even more depending on uniqueness, condition, and collector demand. When people talk about a $40,000,000 value, they are usually referring to theoretical top-tier error coins combined with perfect condition, museum-level rarity, and intense auction competition. These are once-in-a-generation discoveries, not everyday finds, but history shows us that rare pennies have sold for massive amounts before, and that keeps the dream alive. Condition also plays a massive role in value. A 1976 D penny in average circulated condition is common, but one that is uncirculated with full mint luster, sharp details, and nowhere can be worth significantly more, especially if it is graded MS65 or higher by professional services. Collectors trust plastic holders because they guarantee authenticity and condition, and without grading, even a rare coin can lose much of its value. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming shine equals value. Cleaning a penny can actually destroy its worth forever. Collectors hate cleaned coins because cleaning removes original surfaces and leaves scratches that are visible under magnification. So if you think you have something special, never clean it, never polish it, and never alter it in any way. Just store it safely and get expert advice. So how do you check your own 1976 D Lincoln penny? First, look under the date for the D mint mark, then examine the coin under good lighting and magnification. Look for doubling on the date and letters, especially the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Check the edges for unusual shapes. Look for cracks, missing metal, or extra metal, and compare the weight if you can, because wrong planchet errors often weigh differently. If you truly believe you have found something unusual, the next step is professional authentication. Sending your coin to a trusted grading company can cost money, but it is the only way to unlock serious value and avoid scams, because the coin world is full of fake claims and exaggerated prices, and only certified coins bring top dollar at auctions. What makes this story so powerful is that these coins are still out there in circulation. They are not locked away in museums, all of them. Some are still hiding in rolls, bank bags, and old collections, waiting for the right eyes to notice them. That is why videos like this explode online, because the idea that life-changing money could be hiding in your pocket is irresistible. Even if you never find $1 million penny, learning about coins opens a door to history, art, economics, and treasure hunting. It teaches patience, observation, and curiosity, and sometimes it even pays off in real money. Many collectors started with nothing but curiosity and ended up building collections worth thousands. So the next time you get change at a store or open an old drawer, take a second look at those pennies, especially the 1976 D Lincoln penny, because while most are ordinary, a tiny fraction carry extraordinary stories, and sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. If you enjoy hidden treasure stories, rare coin secrets, and real-world discoveries, make sure to stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the value of what you already have in your hands. Welcome back, coin hunters. Today you are about to hear a story that most people will not believe, a story hiding in plain sight, a story sitting quietly in pockets, drawers, jars, and old wallets all around the world. Today we are talking about the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a simple-looking copper coin that has shocked collectors, stunned experts, and created headlines with a market value rumored to reach $5,200,000. And before you scroll away thinking this is clickbait, listen carefully, because everything you are about to hear could change the way you look at pennies forever. Imagine holding a single penny worth more than luxury cars, mansions, and entire businesses, a coin so ordinary yet so rare that most people spend it without a second thought. This is not a fantasy, this is the hidden world of rare Lincoln pennies, and the 1978 no-mint mark penny sits right at the center of this mystery. The year 1978 was a turning point in American coinage. The United States Mint was preparing for massive changes in metal composition, rising copper prices, and quality control pressure. Millions of pennies were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, and most of them were normal, ordinary, spendable coins, but a tiny fraction of these pennies were born different, some with errors, some with metal anomalies, some with strike variations so extreme that collectors decades later would fight for ownership. And this is where the legend begins. When people hear no mint mark, they often think it means rare. But that is not always true. Philadelphia pennies traditionally had no mint mark, so millions exist. However, rarity is not always about quantity. Rarity is about condition, errors, and uniqueness. And within the sea of 1978 pennies, a few examples escaped the mint with characteristics so unusual that they defy expectations and valuation rules. These are the pennies that auction houses whisper about, the coins that do not appear often in public records, the ones that, when certified in top grades, become once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. Let us talk about condition, because condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1978 penny in average circulated condition is worth 1 cent, maybe 2, but a 1978 no-mint mark penny in pristine mint state with full red luster, perfect strike, sharp lettering, flawless surfaces, and nowhere becomes something else entirely. When a coin reaches the highest grading levels, it Enters elite territory, a territory where wealthy collectors, museums, and investors compete fiercely. And prices explode. Now add errors to the equation and the value multiplies dramatically. Double die obverse errors where the date and lettering appear doubled off. Center strikes where the design is shifted dramatically. Planchet errors where the coin was struck on the wrong metal. Clipped planchets, missing letters, weak strikes, and die cracks. All of these errors can turn an ordinary penny into a 5-figure, 6-figure, or even 7-figure treasure. When combined with top condition and rarity, one of the most shocking discoveries linked to the 1978 no-mint mark penny involves transitional metal errors. During this period, the mint was experimenting and preparing for future composition changes, and a small number of pennies may have been struck on incorrect planchets, resulting in unusual weight, color, and magnetic properties. These pennies stand out instantly to trained eyes, and when authenticated they become legendary pieces. So how does a penny reach a value of $5,200,000? It is not about face value, it is not about age, it is about a perfect storm of rarity, condition, error, and demand. A unique 1978 no-mint mark penny with a dramatic mint error certified at the highest grade and confirmed as one of a kind could realistically command a multi-million-dollar valuation in private sales, especially when two or more high-net-worth collectors want the same coin. Auctions are not just sales, they are battles, and rare pennies have shocked the world. Before many people remember the famous 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double die, both once dismissed as myths and later proven real, selling for massive sums. The same pattern repeats again and again. Ordinary people find extraordinary coins in change jars, couch cushions, and old collections. History shows that the next record-breaking coin often appears where nobody expects it. This is why you should never ignore old pennies, especially those from the 1970s. Take them out. Look closely under good light, examine the date, inspect the letters, feel the weight, listen to the sound when dropped. Check for doubling, cracks, missing details, or unusual color. These small differences can mean everything. Imagine finding a 1978 penny with no mint mark that feels heavier than normal, looks sharper than usual, and shows strange doubling on Lincoln's portrait. Imagine sending it for grading and receiving confirmation that it is a rare error specimen, one of the finest known examples. Imagine the phone calls, the emails, the offers, the auction houses lining up. This is not fiction, this is how fortunes are discovered in the coin world. Collectors know that pennies are underestimated. People laugh at them because they are small and common, but history has proven that pennies have created millionaires more times than most modern coins because nobody pays attention to them until it is too late. The 1978 no-mint mark penny is a sleeping giant hiding in everyday circulation, waiting for the right eyes to recognize it. Even today, rare coins continue to surface from inherited collections, old bank rolls, and forgotten drawers. Many people do not realize what they have. They sell them cheaply or spend them unknowingly, and that is why knowledge is power. The more you know, the better your chances of finding something extraordinary. If you are serious about coin hunting, start by separating your pennies by year. Focus on pre-1982 copper pennies. Learn to identify mint errors. Invest in a good magnifying glass and scale. Educate yourself on grading standards and never rush to sell without professional authentication. Patience is rewarded in this hobby, and sometimes patience leads to life-changing results. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny represents hope, mystery, and possibility. It reminds us that incredible value can exist in the smallest, most overlooked objects. It challenges the idea that wealth must be flashy or obvious. Sometimes it is quiet, humble, and copper-colored. So the next time you receive change, do not dismiss the pennies. Look at them, study them, respect them, because one of them could carry a story worth millions, and maybe, just maybe, the next legendary discovery will be yours. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, smash the like button, subscribe for more hidden treasure stories, and comment below if you have ever checked your pennies or found something unusual. Your pocket change might be holding history and fortune, and the hunt has only just begun. Today, I am going to tell you a story that can completely change the way you look at a small, ordinary coin that you may have ignored your entire life. This is not just another coin video. This is the unbelievable story of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and how this tiny piece of copper can be connected to a shocking market value of $89 lakh. Stay with me till the end, because what you are about to hear might make you run to your wallet, your drawer, or even the floor of your room to search for a single penny. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that something you touched 100 times, something you spent without thinking, something you never respected, could secretly be worth more than a luxury house, more than sports cars, more than a lifetime of salary. This is not fantasy. This is real. And it starts with one simple year. 1982. The year 1982 is one of the most important years in the history of the Lincoln penny. Most people have no idea why. Collectors know. Experts know. And now you are about to know. This was the year when the United States Mint made a massive change. Before 1982, pennies were mostly made of copper. After 1982, pennies were mostly made of zinc with a thin copper coating. But during this change, something incredible happened. Multiple versions of the 1982 penny were created. Different weights, different metal compositions, different dies, and different mint marks. Or in one very special case, no mint mark at all. This chaos at the mint created some of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever known. Now let us slow down and focus, because this is where everything changes. The 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny. That no mint mark means the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. That alone is normal. Millions were made. But not all of them are the same. Some were copper. Some were zinc. Some were struck using the wrong planchets. Some were struck with incredible precision. And some were struck in ways that should never have happened. And when something should never have happened, collectors go crazy. Most people think pennies are worthless. They think pennies are annoying. They think pennies are trash. But coin collectors know better. Pennies are history. Pennies are mistakes. Pennies are secrets hiding in plain sight. One specific version of the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny has become legendary. This penny is heavier than normal. It is made of copper instead of zinc. And it exists in extremely limited numbers. When weighed correctly, this penny comes in at around 3.11 grams instead of the lighter zinc version, which weighs about 2.5 grams. That difference might sound small, but in the coin world it is everything. Because it proves that the coin was struck on a copper planchet when it should not have been. This is where value explodes. A genuine high-grade 1982 no mint mark copper Lincoln penny, especially one with perfect strike, original luster, and no damage, is one of the most hunted coins on the planet. Collectors search rolls. Dealers search bags. Treasure hunters search change jars. And some people search their pockets every single day hoping to find this miracle coin. Why is it so valuable? Because it represents a moment in time when the mint changed history and left behind a few rare survivors. Now imagine this coin in near-perfect condition. Imagine sharp details on Lincoln's face. Clear, bold lettering. Strong wheat-free memorial design on the back. Smooth surfaces. No scratches. No corrosion. No wear. Coins like this do not just get valuable. They become legendary. At the highest levels of coin collecting, condition is king. A small difference in grade can mean the difference between a few $100s and millions. When a 1982 no mint mark copper penny reaches the highest professional grades, it enters a different universe. A universe where elite collectors fight for ownership. A universe where auction prices become insane. A universe where a penny can be talked about in the same breath as priceless art. This is where the $89 lakh story comes in. When rare coins are sold privately or rumored among elite collectors, prices do not always appear publicly. Some deals are silent. Some are whispered. Some are only known to a few people at the top of the hobby. Stories of ultra-high-grade 1982 no mint mark copper pennies valued in the millions have circulated for years. Whether through private offers, insurance valuations, or collector rumors, the legend has grown. And legends drive markets. Now let me tell you something very important. Not every 1982 penny is valuable. In fact, most are worth only 1 cent. This is why knowledge matters. You must check 3 things. First, check the date. It must be 1982. Second, check for the mint mark. There must be no mint mark under the date. Third, check the weight. This is the key. If it weighs around 3.1 grams, you may be holding copper. If it weighs around 2.5 grams, it is zinc. A simple digital scale can change your life. But weight alone is not enough. Condition matters. Strike quality matters. Authenticity matters. If you believe you have found something special, never clean the coin. Never polish it. Never scratch it. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Instead, protect it. Store it safely. And get it examined by a professional coin grading service. This is where dreams become real or disappear. Many people have thrown away fortunes because they did not know what they had. Many people have spent rare coins on candy soda or parking meters without realizing it. And many people right now still have these coins sitting quietly in jars, drawers, wallets, and boxes. This is why videos like this matter. Because awareness creates opportunity. Think about it. How many pennies have passed through your hands in your life? Thousands. Tens of thousands. Maybe more. What if just one of them was special? What if just one of them was a 1982 no mint mark copper penny in high grade? What if that one penny could change your future? That thought alone is powerful. Collectors around the world continue to hunt this coin. New discoveries still happen. And every time one appears, excitement explodes across forums, auctions, and social media. People love treasure stories. And this is one of the greatest modern treasure hunts. No maps. Nos chavels. No danger. Just knowledge, patience, and attention. The Lincoln penny has always been special. It was the first American coin to feature a real person. It honors Abraham Lincoln, and it has been in circulation for over a century. But 1982 stands apart. It is the year when ordinary turned into extraordinary. So the next time you see a penny, do not ignore it. Do not dismiss it. Look at it. Feel it. Weigh it. Because history hides in the smallest places. And sometimes a single cent can be worth $89 lakh. If you enjoyed this story, stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate what is hiding in your pocket. The next legendary coin could already be yours. Imagine holding a simple brown coin in your hand and discovering it could change your entire life. This is the true story behind the 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin most people ignore every single day, yet collectors and investors around the world are desperately searching for it today. If you have ever checked your pocket change or an old coin jar, you might want to pay very close attention, because this exact penny has been linked to market values reaching up to $34 lakh, and the reasons behind this will absolutely shock you. This video is not just about a coin, it is about hidden history, rare mistakes, mint secrets, and unbelievable demand that has turned an ordinary looking penny into one of the most talked about Lincoln cents of modern times. Stay with me until the end, because the final details could help you identify whether you own a priceless treasure without even knowing it. Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins ever produced in the United States. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, and it became the firstest coin to feature a real historical person on its design. By the time 1985 arrived, the penny had already been in circulation for over 75 years, and millions of people saw it as nothing more than loose change. Yet 1985 was a fascinating year for penny production, because the United States Mint struck an enormous number of coins that year, but hidden within those millions were extremely rare variations and errors that changed everything forever. The 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and coins from Philadelphia traditionally carried no-mint mark. This alone does not make the coin valuable, but the story does not end there, because within these no-mint mark pennies are rare error strikes and exceptional condition coins that collectors will pay insane amounts of money to own. Most people believe rarity means low mintage, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity often means survival condition and minting mistakes. The 1985 penny becomes truly valuable when it shows unique characteristics that separate it from the common versions found in circulation. One of the most valuable factors is a dramatic doubling on the date or lettering, known as a double die error. This happens when the coin die shifts during the striking process, creating a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the words "Liberty in God We Trust" and the date. When this doubling is strong and clear, collectors immediately recognize it as something special. Another extremely valuable variation is an off-metal strike, where the penny was accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, such as a copper-coated zinc error with improper composition. These mistakes are incredibly rare and highly sought after, because they represent a moment when the minting process went wrong in a way that cannot be repeated. Condition is another massive factor. A 1985 no-mint mark penny graded in perfect mint state condition with sharp details, full luster, and zero wear can skyrocket in value. Professional grading companies evaluate coins under magnification and assign grades that can make the difference between a coin worth $1 and one worth a fortune. When a penny reaches the highest grades and also carries a rare error, the value explodes, and that is where stories of $30 lakh market values come from. Private sales, elite auctions, and high-profile collectors competing for the finest known examples. Many people ask how a penny could ever be worth so much money, and the answer lies in demand psychology and historical uniqueness. Wealthy collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying the best surviving example of a moment in history, a coin that represents perfection, rarity, and exclusivity. Imagine being the only person in the world to own a flawless 1985 no-mint mark double die penny certified at the highest grade that alone turns a 1-cent coin into a once-in-a-lifetime asset. Over the years, auction houses have seen shocking bidding wars where prices climbed faster than anyone expected. Collectors who missed out once will pay almost any price to secure the next opportunity, and this is why values continue to rise. Many ordinary people have unknowingly spent rare pennies at gas stations, grocery stores, and vending machines, simply because they never looked closely enough. This is why experts always say never underestimate your pocket change. If you want to check your own 1985 penny, start by looking at the front of the coin. Examine the date and the lettering under good light. Look for clear doubling, not damage, not wear, but true doubling that appears raised and consistent. Next, inspect the surface for unusual color, weight, or thickness that could indicate an off metal strike, then look at the overall condition. Is the coin shiny with sharp edges or dull and worn? Condition alone can decide everything. Even a rare error loses value if it is heavily circulated. If you believe you have found something special, the next step is professional grading. Never clean the coin, never polish it, and never try to improve its appearance. Cleaning destroys value instantly and permanently. Send the coin to a reputable grading service and let experts authenticate it properly. The excitement of discovering a rare penny is something collectors describe as addictive. The idea that a small copper coin could pay for a house, a car, or a new life is what keeps people searching through rolls of pennies every single day. The 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny represents hope, curiosity, and the thrill of the hunt. It proves that valuable treasures are not always locked away in museums. Sometimes they are hiding right in front of you. As time goes on, fewer high-quality examples remain and demand continues to rise. This means prices are unlikely to fall anytime soon, especially for top-graded error coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare pennies, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who loves hidden money stories, because the next rare coin discovery could be yours. Keep checking your change, keep learning, and never ignore a penny again, because history, wealth, and opportunity sometimes come in the smallest form possible. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today you are about to discover one of the most shocking and unbelievable stories in modern coin collecting history. A small copper penny that looks ordinary, feels ordinary, and is often ignored by millions of people every single day. Yet this penny has stunned collectors, shocked experts, and changed lives forever. Today we are talking about the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that many people still spend without a second thought, and yet certain rare examples of this penny have sold for an incredible market value of $79,564, and by the end of this video you will know exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to identify it, and why you must check every penny you own after watching this video. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn could turn pocket change into a life-changing discovery. The year 1987 might not sound special at first. It was a normal year. People were working, families were growing, and coins were being produced by the millions at the United States Mint. Pennies rolled out every day and entered circulation across the country, and most people never imagined that decades later collectors would be hunting desperately for certain pennies from this exact year. The Lincoln penny design had already been around for decades, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, and in 1987 billions of pennies were produced, yet only a tiny number of them would become extremely valuable. And the key to this mystery lies in the words no mint mark. When a Lincoln penny has no mint mark, it means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and for most years that is completely normal and usually not valuable at all. But in rare cases, certain errors, metal composition issues, and strike anomalies turn an ordinary Philadelphia penny into a collector dream. And that is exactly what happened with a very small number of 1987 no mint mark Lincoln pennies. To understand why this coin matters so much, we need to talk about how pennies were made in the 1980s. During this time, the United States Mint had already switched from mostly copper pennies to copper-plated zinc pennies, but the transition was not always perfect. Mistakes happened, blanks were mixed, errors slipped through, and quality control was not flawless. This created the perfect conditions for rare varieties and error coins to escape into circulation unnoticed. One of the most valuable 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies is known for having an extreme mint error, and these errors are what drive the value into the tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors are willing to pay insane amounts of money for coins that show dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchet strikes, and unusual metal weights. And when these features appear on a 1987 no-mint mark penny, the value can skyrocket beyond belief. Imagine finding a penny that looks slightly different from the rest. Maybe the letters look doubled, maybe the date looks thicker than normal, maybe Lincoln face appears shifted or distorted, or maybe the coin feels heavier or lighter than it should. These tiny details are what separate a 1-cent coin from a coin worth $79,564. One confirmed sale that shocked the coin world involved a pristine high-grade 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with a major error. Combined with near-perfect condition, this coin was graded by a professional grading service and authenticated as genuine, and when it went to auction, collectors competed fiercely, knowing they were bidding on a once-in-a-lifetime piece of American numismatic history. The final hammer price stunned everyone and instantly made headlines among collectors. Condition is everything when it comes to this penny. A circulated, worn, scratched penny is usually worth only face value, but an uncirculated example with full original luster, sharp details, and no wear can already be valuable. And when you add a rare error or variety, the value explodes exponentially. This is why experts always recommend checking rolls of pennies from banks, old jars, inherited collections, and even loose change, because treasures still exist out there hiding in plain sight. Now let us talk about how you can identify a potentially valuable 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny. First, look at the front of the coin. Below the Date: if there is no small letter like D or S, then you have a Philadelphia minted coin. Next, inspect the date and lettering under strong light and magnification. Look for doubling, especially on the numbers in the date and the word liberty and the motto "In God We Trust." Doubling that appears raised and not flat can indicate a true double die error. Then check the alignment of the strike. If the design looks off-center or uneven, that could be a mint error. Also weigh the coin. If possible, a standard copper-plated zinc penny weighs around 2.5 grams. If your penny weighs significantly more or less, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet, which is a huge red flag for collectors. Also inspect the edge of the coin. It should be smooth with no visible copper peeling. If you see unusual layers, cracks, or metal anomalies, that is another sign of a rare error. Penny: never clean your coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly and can turn a potential fortune into a worthless piece. Always keep the coin as found. Many people ask, can a normal-looking 1987 no-mint mark penny really be worth this much? And the answer is yes, but only under very specific conditions. Not every penny from this year is valuable, but the rare ones are extremely rare, and that rarity combined with collector demand is what drives prices so high. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt, and this penny represents all of that. It reminds us that valuable treasures are not always gold or silver. Sometimes they are small brown coins sitting forgotten in a drawer, waiting for the right person to notice something different. Imagine the moment you realize that a penny you have held for years could pay for a car, a house deposit, or change your financial future forever. Stories like this are real, and they continue to happen because most people never take the time to look closely at their coins. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has become a legend in the coin collecting world, not because every example is valuable, but because the rare ones prove that modern coins can still be worth a fortune. And as more collectors enter the hobby, demand continues to rise, pushing prices even higher for top-tier specimens. If you believe you have found a rare example, the next step is to have it professionally authenticated and graded by a reputable service. This protects you from fakes and gives buyers confidence. Graded coins often sell for much more than raw ungraded coins, especially at auction. Never rush to sell, and never accept the first offer you receive. Research recent sales, consult experts, and understand what you have, because knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting. As we come to the end of this video, remember this: every penny has a story, but some pennies have secrets, and the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those secrets hiding in plain sight. Check your pockets, check your jars, check your rolls, because the next life-changing coin could be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unbelievable coin discoveries, rare penny values, and hidden treasures from everyday change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Moneybag Fire.